There's a particular kind of person who moves through the world almost as an observer. You listen, you watch, you pause before you answer. Not because you don't know, but because you are running three different simulations of the conversation. You notice the way the light hits the dust in the air, the flicker of a loose thread on someone's cuff. At the end of the day, you replay conversations, the small moments, what you said, what you should have said. Large groups feel like static, a buzzing noise that makes it hard to find your own thoughts. You smile, you nod, you feel a deep, strange longing for connection, but the actual process of connecting feels exhausting, like performing a role. The moment the door closes and you are alone in your space, the relief is profound. It's a full-body exhale. This state of being, having few or no friends, is often seen as a failure, a problem to be fixed. But for many, it's not a failure. It's a complex, quiet adaptation, a way to protect a sensitive inner world. We're going to explore that inner world, not to change it, but to understand it, to sit with it. The outside world operates on speed, on quick connections, on networking. It demands a version of you that feels brittle. Small talk feels like a foreign language. You search for the script, for the right lines, but they feel hollow. You crave depth. You'd rather talk about the universe, or a strange dream, or the book that changed you. But the world seems built for surface-level interactions. It's like trying to plug a complex machine into a simple outlet. So, you retreat. The silence of your own room feels more honest, more real than the noise outside. Here, in the quiet, your thoughts can finally unspool. They are detailed, intricate, and deeply felt. You have entire worlds inside you. You have narratives, characters, dialogues that no one else ever hears. This is the great contrast, the inner richness and the outer quiet. The world sees the quiet and assumes a void. They don't see the intensity of your internal life, the way you analyze, the way you feel, the way you remember. You remember the exact tone of voice someone used 5 years ago. It's not a grudge, it's just high-fidelity recording. This social solitude isn't always a choice, but the preference for solitude often is. It's a biological necessity. Highly sensitive people, for instance, have nervous systems that process sensory information more deeply. A crowded room isn't just loud. It's a cascade of data, overlapping voices, scraping chairs, clinking glasses, shifting expressions. Your brain doesn't just filter this, it processes it, all of it. The result is overstimulation, social fatigue. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's an essential recharging station. It's where the system comes back online. Then there's introversion. It's not shyness. Shyness is fear of social judgment. Introversion is a preference for low stimulus environments. Extroverts gain energy from social interaction. Introverts, like you perhaps, expend energy. It's a simple biological transaction. You might love people. You might have deep empathy. But the interaction itself has a cognitive cost. This is why you can be good at socializing, funny, engaging, and then need 2 days of silence to recover. People don't understand this. But you were so outgoing. They see the performance, not the recovery. Psychology also talks about attachment styles. If early connections were unpredictable or hurtful, solitude can feel like the only safe harbor. Being alone means no risk of betrayal, no sudden departures, no confusing social cues to misinterpret. It's a profound logical strategy for self-protection. The walls are high, but the room inside is safe. This doesn't mean you don't feel pain. The quiet can sometimes turn into an echo chamber. There is a longing, a human ache for a witness, someone to see you just as you are and not ask you to be different. You see groups laughing in a cafe and you feel a pang, a sense of being outside, looking in. It's the paradox of the deep feeler. You are uniquely equipped for profound connection, but the path to it is a minefield. You crave intimacy, but you dread the getting to know you process. The risk of being misunderstood is so high. Someone calls you too quiet, too serious, or stuck up. And it feels like a tiny paper cut. They don't realize your quiet is just you listening. Your serious is just you thinking. So you build your world with other things. The connection you have with a pet is simple, pure. A book becomes a companion. The characters feel more real, more understandable than many people you've met. Music isn't just background noise. It's a texture. It's a place. You can live inside a song for hours. Nature becomes a conversation. You notice the strength of a weed pushing through concrete. You feel a kinship with it. These are not lesser connections. They are just a different kind. They are stable, reliable, and they don't drain your battery. But there is a gift in this way of being. This isolation, chosen or not, cultivates rare strengths. First, observation. You see things other people miss. You are the one who notices the subtle shift in a colleague's mood. You see the pattern in the chaos. You connect dots that seem unrelated. This is the root of creativity and insight. Second, empathy. Because you live so much in your own head, you understand inner worlds. You feel for fictional characters, for historical figures, for strangers. Your capacity to feel is immense, even if it's private. Third, integrity. You find it almost physically painful to be fake. You cannot perform enthusiasm you don't feel. This makes you a poor networker, but an incredibly loyal and honest person if someone earns their way in. And fourth, self-reliance. You know how to be alone. You are not afraid of your own company. In a world terrified of silence, you have cultivated a rich inner landscape. You are your own home. People who need constant validation, constant noise, are fragile in a way you are not. You have a deep, quiet resilience. Think of the writer, the artist, the scientist. Their greatest work is almost always born in solitude. Solitude is the incubation chamber for deep thought. It's not an absence, it's a presence of you. So the question isn't, how do we fix you? The question is, how do we honor this? How do you create a life that respects your own wiring instead of fighting it? It starts with curating your space. Your home is not just a place. It's a tool for emotional regulation, the texture of your blanket, the specific mug you use for tea, the light from a soft lamp. These are your anchors. Create small, gentle rituals. The act of making coffee, slowly, noticing the smell, the sound. This is mindfulness, not as a chore, but as a way of connecting with your own life. When you do interact with the world, be deliberate. A one-on-one conversation is different from a group. Find the one anta, the one person at the party you can have a real conversation with in a quiet corner. It's okay to set boundaries. I can stay for 1 hour. This isn't rude. It's honest. It's self-preservation. It's okay to leave. The Irish goodbye, slipping out without the draining performance of farewells, is a valid strategy. Find ways to connect that don't overwhelm you. Writing a long, thoughtful letter or email, sharing an article or a song with someone, saying, "This made me think of you." It's a connection without the static. Online communities, centered around a specific interest, a rare plant, a niche video game, a period of history, can be life-saving. There, your depth and focus are not weird, they are celebrated. You are among your people. Cultivate your parasocial relationships. Your connection to an author, a podcaster, or an artist is real. It's a one-way connection, yes, but it provides comfort, inspiration, and a sense of being understood with zero social cost. And then there is creativity. Your rich inner world is a resource. Externalize it. Write, draw, take photographs of the small things you notice. Cook a complex meal just for yourself. This isn't a hobby. It's a conversation with yourself. It's a way of making your inner world tangible. When you create, you are taking all that observation, all that feeling, and giving it a place to live outside your own mind. This is how you avoid the echo chamber. You are not just replaying thoughts, you are transforming them. Be kind to your body too. The brain-gut connection is powerful. Social anxiety isn't just in your head. A walk, simple stretches. The physical act of grounding yourself can calm the mental static. Feel the ground under your feet. Notice the temperature of the air. Bring yourself back from the what-if scenarios. Let go of the shoulds. I should go to that party. I should have more friends. I should be more outgoing. These shoulds are scripts written by a world that doesn't share your operating system. They are not for you. Your only should is to be a good steward of your own energy and your own mind. This isn't about giving up on connection. It's about redefining it. Maybe friendship for you isn't daily texts or weekly brunch. Maybe it's one deep conversation every 6 months. Maybe it's the quiet understanding with a fellow regular at the library, a shared nod. That's a connection. The world needs its deep listeners. It needs its observers. It needs the people who stay back and see the whole picture. You are the quiet against which the noise can be measured. You are the stillness that holds the center. Your value is not determined by the number of your social contacts. It is determined by the depth of your character. So, as we close this time together, let go of the shame. It was never yours to carry. You are not a person with no friends. You are a person with a rich inner life and a high standard for connection. You are a self-contained world. You are a complete story, just as you are. Breathe in that recognition. The air in your quiet room is a balm. It is a space of clarity. You are not broken. You are just tuned to a quieter station, listening for a different kind of song. And that song is deep and true, and it is yours. Thank you for spending this quiet time, this moment of understanding. Carry this peace with you. It is your strength. It has always been. The story is yours. The peace is yours. The quiet light is yours. Be well in your world. Be well in your quiet time. It is a beautiful place to be. There is no need to rush, no need to perform. Just this breath. You have always known this. You have always known that the most profound things happen in the stillness. The world may reward the loud, but it is moved by the deep. You are one of the deep ones, and that is a rare and vital thing. The next time you feel the pull of social obligation, the should, remember your own wiring, remember the cost, and ask if you are willing to pay it today. Sometimes the answer will be yes, and you will go and you will share your energy. And sometimes the answer will be no, and you will close the door and make your tea. Both are valid. Both are acts of a life lived with intention. You do not exist to be a resource for others. You exist to be yourself. The pressure to put yourself out there is immense. It's a marketing slogan for a life you may not want. What if instead you put yourself in here, in your work, in your thoughts, in your one precious life? The longing for connection is real, but perhaps you are looking for a frequency, not a crowd, a single matching frequency, one other person who understands your language. That connection, when it comes, is worth more than 1,000 surface-level friendships. And if it hasn't come, or if it has gone, your own company is a worthy companion. You have learned to be your own best friend, to listen to yourself, to comfort yourself. This is not a consolation prize. This is one of the hardest, most important skills a human can learn. Many people flee into noise, into groups, into relationships, precisely because they cannot bear their own company. You can. You have. You do. You are not running. You are rooted. The next time you are replaying a conversation, be gentle. That critical voice is just a part of you. Acknowledge it. I see you are trying to protect me from future mistakes. Thank you. I am safe. This is how you tend to your inner garden, not by pulling weeds violently, but by nourishing the good soil. Your solitude is your soil. It is rich, it is dark, and it is where everything begins. The world is full of people who are lonely. In crowds, you are simply alone and often at peace. This is not a lesser state of being. It is a different one, an intentional one. When you notice the light on the wall, You are not spacing out. You are connecting. You are having a moment of pure, unfiltered experience. That is a form of prayer. You are not antisocial. You are selectively social. You are a curator of your own energy. You are the one who will listen, truly listen, when someone is in pain, because you are not distracted by the noise. Your quiet is a gift to them, a space for them to finally be heard. You may only have the capacity for one such conversation a week. That is fine. That one conversation is deeper than 100 shallow catch-ups. Stop apologizing for who you are. Stop seeing yourself as a project to be fixed. You are not a before picture. You are the after. You have already arrived. This is it. This quiet life, this deep internal world. This is your masterpiece. Protect it, nurture it, honor it. The world will not always understand. That is okay. It doesn't need to. You understand. That is the only validation that has ever truly mattered. Your life is not empty. It is spacious. There is room to breathe here, room to think, room to be exactly, precisely, and unapologetically you. Perhaps you find your friendships in the pages of a book, with authors long gone. You read a sentence and you think, yes, that's it. Someone understood. That is connection. It is a meeting of minds across time. It is real. Perhaps your connection is to an animal, the simple, nonverbal honesty of a pet. They don't demand a performance. They just demand your presence. And you have that to give. Perhaps it is a place, a park bench, a corner of a museum, a trail in the woods. You return to it and it feels like visiting an old, quiet friend. It holds you. These are the anchors of a life lived on your own terms. You are not missing out. You are opting into depth, opting into peace. The next time you feel the ache of loneliness, meet it with kindness. It's just a part of the human experience. It's a reminder of your capacity to love. It doesn't mean you must rush out and find friends. It just means you are alive. You can comfort that feeling yourself. Make a cup of tea. Put on your favorite music. Write down what you're feeling. Give the loneliness a voice, a shape. Often, just naming it, just witnessing it yourself, is enough to soften its edges. You are your own primary relationship. It is the longest, most important one you will ever have. Treat that relationship with the utmost care. Be a good friend to yourself. Forgive yourself for the awkward moments. They are not failures. They are just data. You are learning. You are always learning. The world is loud, but you don't have to be. Your quiet power is in your observation. Your depth is in your stillness. Your strength is in your refusal to perform. There is a whole ecosystem of people just like you. We are just quiet. We are in the libraries, in the parks, in our homes, reading, thinking, creating. We are the listeners, the dreamers, the ones who notice. You are not an error. You are a design, and it is a beautiful one. Trust that design. Trust your need for quiet. Trust your own deep, slow rhythm. The world will try to pull you into its frantic pace. You don't have to go. You can stay right here in your own center. It is the eye of the storm. It is safe here. It is clear. And from this place, you can see everything. The way people's masks slip. The small, true moments they reveal. You are a collector of these true moments. This is your treasure. A life of few friends does not mean a life of no love. You love the world in your own way, fiercely, quietly. You love the details, the textures, the hidden stories. This is a profound and moving way to live. Never let anyone make you feel small for it. Your world is vast. Just because it is internal does not make it any less real. So let us sit in this quiet affirmation, this moment of shared understanding. The ache you feel, the longing. It is not a sickness. It is a sign of your depth. Only those who can feel deeply can feel the lack of depth so keenly. Consider it a compass. It is pointing you toward what is true, pointing you away from the static, the performance, the noise, and pointing you toward yourself, toward the quiet, solid ground of your own being. This is not an ending. It is a beginning, a quiet permission. Permission to stop striving to be someone you are not. Permission to build a life that actually fits you. A life that feels like a soft, worn sweater, cozy, safe, and entirely, authentically your own. You are the one you have been waiting for. The witness you were longing for is you, your own kind, accepting attention. Turn that attention inward. See the good work you have done just by surviving, by staying true to yourself in a world that demanded you change. That is the quietest, most profound kind of courage. You are enough. Your quiet world is enough. It is more than enough. It is a sanctuary. Go softly, go gently. There is no urgency here, only your own breath, your own thoughts, your own steady, quiet light. Let it be your guide. Let it be your comfort, and let it be your quiet, radiant song.